Hey guys, this is the megastar Austin Savage. I'm not going to call this part of the wrestling wrap-up. I guess you could, because it's the only show I have on YouTube. But anyways, what I'm going to do this time around is answer some of your horror movie questions, because these two videos that I've done on the horror movie genre have done really good. Really well, excuse me. And you guys sent in some really cool questions, so thank you for everybody that sent in questions, and for the people that I didn't get to on this show, I will get to you on another video, because I plan on doing at least one more on the horror movie genre. This will fall under the 10 rounds with the megastar portion of my shows. Round 1 comes from Mark from Dallas. You asked, why do you dislike Freddy so much? Well, Mark, I don't dislike Freddy. It's just that I prefer Michael Myers and or Ghostface. Freddy was an interesting character to me when I was a kid. I was scared to death of him. I didn't see Nightmare on Elm Street until I was like 6. We were at my friend's house, and his mother had it, and we snuck in and watched it, and it scared the shit out of me. So it's not that I dislike Freddy, it's just that I prefer Michael and Ghostface. Round 2 comes from Bob from Beantown. You asked, do you like torture porn, such as the Saw series and Hostel? I loved Saw because of the mental awareness it takes to watch a movie like that. Hostel was good. I liked the first one, not so much the second one. And I've heard that there's rumored to be a third one, if it hasn't already been done, like a direct-to-video type thing. Not really looking forward to it. So I guess as a whole, no, I don't like torture porn, but I did like Saw. Round 3 comes from Jen from Franklin. You asked, who is your favorite female character in horror? I would have to say Laurie Strode. Both Jamie Lee Curtis and Scout Taylor Compton did phenomenal jobs in playing Laurie Strode. And I say that because I'm a huge fan of the Halloween series, both the reimaginings and the original series. I think they both brought something different to the character. A close second would be Neve Campbell's Sidney Prescott in the Scream series. Round 4 comes from Jill from New Haven. You asked, I just read online that Halloween 3D is in pre-production and has finally been greenlit. Are you excited? Well, Jill, I really am kind of excited. I hope that they bring back Scout Taylor Compton to play Laurie Strode / Angel Myers, and I really think they need to bring back Taylor Maine to play Michael. Because if they don't, even if it's a reboot of or a different telling of the story, I think they need those two characters, because if they introduce new people, I think the fans of the remakes or the reimaginings rather will be lost, and not so lost, but just disenfranchised with the story. So Jill, I hope that answers your question. Round 5 comes from Matt from Walden. You asked, do you think that there will be a Scream 5? I'm sorry. What do you think they will do with Scream 5 if they decide to make the film? I really don't know what they'll do. What I think they should do is have Kirby Reed, having survived Scream 4, and I've said this in another video, I think it was the last one about horror movies, I think Gail, Dewey, and Sidney, they're all tired and worn out in the series. I think at least one of them has to die. Whether it's at the hands of Ghostface, whoever the new Ghostface is, or freak accidents, like car accidents or whatever. Or they need to move away and just not be involved in the story, or something like that. I hope it gets made, because I like the beginning of the trilogy with Scream 4. So Matt, I hope that answers your question. If not, feel free to email me back. Round 6 comes from Ben from Dover. You asked, who wins a fight between Ghostface and Michael Myers? I have to say Michael Myers. Granted, there's usually always more than one Ghostface, but I'm pretty sure Michael could handle either 1 or 2, 3, 4. The guy can't die, obviously. So Michael Myers wins that fight. Round 7 comes from Deborah, from Jacksonville. You asked, what is your favorite scary movie, and who is your favorite killer? Deborah, either you're new to the show or you haven't been paying attention. My favorite scary movie is Halloween. My favorite killer is Michael Myers. My second favorite is Scream, and my second favorite killer would be Ghostface. Round 8 comes from Madison from Alaska. You asked, what is your favorite kill from Rob Zombie's Halloween and H2? My favorite kill from Rob Zombie's Halloween would have to be Linda's death. Not just because there was nudity in it either. Get your mind out of the gutters, perverts. I thought it was very close to the original kill of Linda in the original series, and I like the fact that she looks up at him as he's strangling her to death, realizing that that was the guy that they harassed while they were walking home from school previously that day. H2, I would have to say it was the nurse in the opening dream sequence. Wonderful actress. I wish I could remember her name. It's Olivia something. Anyways, those are my two favorite kills. I like the fact that she turns around when Laurie is asking for something for her head because her head hurts, and she's like, and then she starts bleeding, and Angel screams, and then Michael appears. It was a really good scene. Anyways, I hope that answers your question, Madison. Crystal from Erie asked, who do you think did a better job playing Laurie Strode, Jamie Lee Curtis or Scout Taylor Compton? As I said in the previous question about my favorite female character, I think they were both incredibly done portrayals of Laurie Strode. Both brought something different to the character, and believe it or not, because of the times, I have to give the nod to Scout Taylor Compton. She had more to work with, more range, I guess I would say, to where she could go with the character. So I would give the nod to Scout Taylor Compton. And that's no disrespect to Jamie Lee Curtis, who, again, did a phenomenal job with what she had to work with. Crystal, round 9, you asked... I'm sorry, I just answered that one. Sorry. Round 10, Mary from Denver, you asked... You said in your first horror video that you were off the wagon with the Deborah Myers ghost character, but then you said that it took a lot of mental awareness to understand. Can you explain what you mean by that? Well, Mary, what I mean by that is, like I said, if you watch the theatrical version in theaters, you're sitting in the theater going, what the fuck is with having her as a ghost in the movie? But if you watch the director's cut on DVD, it's put together better, and it's easier to understand that Mike, in his mental state, sees himself as a little boy still, and so does his mother. Whenever you see Deborah talking to Michael, she's talking to young Michael, not grown Michael. He never grew up, both mentally in his own mind and physically in his mother's mind. The white horse thing, they explain that at the beginning of the movie. But the mental awareness it takes to understand that whole situation, to me, was incredible. And watching it, I was like, wow, that's pretty deep shit. A lot of people in the horror community didn't like it. I thought it was brilliant, brought something different to the Halloween franchise. Mary, I hope that answers your question. If not, feel free to email me again, wrestlingwrapup@yahoo.com. Follow me on Twitter, @ProudToBeStraightEdge. Drop me questions there, too. You can comment on the video down below and ask questions. Alright, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks for watching the show, and I'll be doing another horror movie show, or maybe a different kind of movie I'll do. I don't know. But anyways, thanks for watching the show, and I will catch you guys later on.